Hi, I'm Pastor Stephanie Lape from Crossing Crown Lutheran Church in Rancho Cucamonga, California, and I am again filming this from my car. It is such a beautiful day here in Southern California where I live. I know it's snowing in some parts of the Midwest. It was really raining here lately, but today the weather is absolutely gorgeous. We don't always get this kind of beautiful weather, but it's here today for sure. And this is one of the days that show why we Southern Californians like this place. One of those days where the sun is shining, the sky is blue, the trees are green, flowers are out because it's now spring, and it's just a gorgeous day. I'm doing a series this week on ways to alleviate anxiety. We are living in anxious times, and I have noticed that emotions are running really, really high for people, and kind of different than they were in the beginning of this whole quarantine thing, because we're now not just in the beginning stages of thinking, what do I need to do to protect myself? And I got to get all these groceries and learn how to do work from home online, or I need to learn how to work at my workplace in a safer way. We're a little bit more used to that now, but now the emotions are more like, okay, I'm getting really weary, or I'm getting really sad, or I'm really scared, or I'm really angry. So emotions are heightened, but it seems like they're a little bit different than they used to be a week or even 2 weeks ago. And one thing I've noticed a lot lately is that people are anxious, and it's a different kind of anxiety than before. It's not so much the sense of something's about to get me right now. It's more of just this daily chronic stress we're living with, and that's producing anxiety. So I'm talking about ways that might be helpful for you that can alleviate some of that stress. And I talked a couple days ago about prayer, and then yesterday I talked about practicing the art of mindfulness. So if you missed those videos, you can check back on our channel and see those ones as well. Today I'm talking about nature. Getting out when it's a beautiful day, even if it means you have to sit in your car, or taking a walk around the block while, of course, wearing a mask. Nature is powerful. Nature is calming. The Bible talks about how God created this universe and called everything good. You know, in every day of creation, which we don't know how long really scientifically a day was, it could have each been a million years as far as we know. But every single time period, God looked at what God had created and said that it is good. And then with humanity, God said that humanity is very good, which is pretty awesome. So when we go out in nature safely as we can, or even looking out a window, we can see this goodness. And I think we can even perceive the goodness of it. I think we can perceive the blessedness of it. We can perceive the well-being of nature, the well-being of the sky, which is not infected with a virus, the well-being of the trees and the flowers, which tell us about new life, the well-being of animals running around, which are doing just what they were all created to do. I think we get the message like a sermon of well-being. I think we realize there's something beautiful and good and orderly about God's creation. Some of us prefer the mountains or the ocean or the desert or the forest or the Grand Canyon. We have preferences of things that we would like, but I think even small parts of nature, having a flower in a vase on your kitchen sink, or having a pet in your home. I mean, just looking at something rather small still gives us that impression of well-being from nature. Other religions really do inform me as I learn about nature. The religion of Taoism particularly loves nature. It's an indigenous Chinese religion. And in Taoism, it's fascinating because nature is not seen as fallen or sinful, but rather, in some ways, spiritually superior to human beings. Isn't that fascinating? The idea is that human beings can think ourselves into distraction. We can think ourselves off center and become kind of imbalanced and worried and anxious and fretting. But the rest of nature doesn't ever do that. The dog doesn't start to, want to be just like a cat and then has a complex because it can't be. The tree isn't paranoid all day long that something's out to get it. The sky isn't thinking, oh, I'm just terrified that I'm not going to exist any longer. Now, we are asked to be stewards of creation, and so we might have anxiety about creation, but creation itself isn't anxious. It just does what it does. It is what it is. It's mindful in this 24-hour period. If you have a cat, you know what I mean. They're just living in this day, doing what they do. They are a spiritual lesson to the rest of us. I hope that you can find some time today to look at nature, to contemplate nature, and to let the beauty of nature fall upon you and teach you some things. Maybe bring you back to your own mindfulness, back to center, back to peace, back to the God who made it and the God who loves you. Thank you for tuning in to this and every video we do. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and hit that little bell icon so that you're notified when a new video comes out. Tomorrow we will continue talking about things you can do to help alleviate some of your anxiety these days. God bless you. Bye-bye.